Hey everybody, it's Whitney from WhitneyDanielle.com, and today I am talking about 3 tips on giving people compliments. How to compliment someone in a really fun, cool way when you're at a networking event or any social event that you could possibly think of. Because I like compliments just like the next person, and they are a really great conversation starter. We've talked about this before. Finding something nice to say about someone is literally one of the best things that you could possibly do to get a conversation going, and it works for me all of the time. Like, I wish I was exaggerating. It works for me so often. It's so fun. So the first thing that I want to recommend that you do when you're trying to compliment someone is to make sure that it's really authentic and you mean it. Don't do the Mean Girls movie. I don't know if you've seen it, where Regina George compliments 2 people on something they're wearing, but like actually doesn't mean it at all. And she was just saying that because she thought it would win them over, right? And a lot of us do that, and the problem with that is it's not genuine, and we're gonna find out, right? Typically, when people give gifts that don't seem genuine, or when they do something that doesn't seem genuine, it's not. So don't be that person. Make sure if you say it, you really mean it. And that brings me to the next thing. It's always good to be very specific about the compliments that you're giving, and maybe even why. Right? So let's say I'm at Starbucks and I'm giving someone a compliment on something, and it's their earrings or it's a piece of jewelry that they're wearing. I try to find something that's really unique and then talk about that. And so I'll say, hey, I love those earrings. Those are really pretty. What size stone? Is it like what is that, a gem? Like what kind? And you ask a question, you follow it up. And when they say something, they'll be like, oh, and I'll go, what earrings am I wearing? I forgot. And then they'll reach for them, and then you'll start a conversation. Okay? So making sure that you are ready to have that. And that brings you to the third thing, is that if the conversation goes onward after that compliment, be ready to have that conversation. Be ready to hold a conversation with them. Don't just drop a bomb and then leave, right? Even if it's a good one. You want to drop something and then stay with it for a little bit if you're really trying to network and build rapport, right? We can all go around and compliment people all we want. I think a few days ago it was National Compliment Day. Random, but I'm just saying, right? We can go around and spew love and compliments on people all the time, but if you're doing it in an attempt to meet and to network and to get to know people, it's really good to have follow-up questions and to be ready. And on a side note here, I want to say, make sure when you're complimenting someone, it doesn't get negative and stay negative. That happens, right? We'll be in the bathroom and somebody will be like, oh, I love your eyebrows. Ugh, my eyebrows never do that. And then next thing you know, you're complaining about your eyebrows and how much they suck. And the person's like, I thought you were giving me a compliment. Like, I thought this was supposed to be a happy moment. And then it just goes downhill, right? We don't want that. We don't want to be that person. If you're going to be negative, say something real quick if you have to say it, or if it just comes out, and then immediately come back when you catch yourself. Immediately come back and get used to sticking to the positive only, because the negative comments are just distracting and they're not helpful. Which, here's a bonus tip, okay? Being very specific and very clever and smart about your compliments typically will get you a lot further than just a regular compliment. Now, you can compliment someone on something normal, right? But if you can get real specific as to why you chose that thing, people love it. And you also, remember this, you can also give people compliments on things that are not physical. If someone has an amazing personality, if someone's spirit is so lively and it's so uplifting, if when you're around someone you feel calmer, tell them that. That is an amazing compliment. And that's so different from, I like your shirt, and people love it. So get creative and get that conversation started, because I'm telling you, compliments are a girl's best friend, and they're a networker's best friend too. So if you have any questions, if you want to drop a compliment to someone, put it in the compliments box. I'm going to call it the compliments box today, not the comments box. Put it in there, let them know. I'd love to hear your compliments and see how good you are at them. But definitely subscribe, definitely like the video if you liked it, and share it on anywhere you want, and add me on social media for sure. Thank you so much for stopping by. I'll see you later. Cheers.